This is grown man business. The kind of swag don't need a witness. I pull up in a Bentley so quick. I'm dropping them bags, popping them tags. You know how we bless that cash. The grown man biz, the grown man, grown man. I said the grown man, grown man. I said the grown man. This is how a grown man does business.
Morning, happy Saturday morning. This is your boy Mark L in the building. Welcome again to the flagship show of Yale Radiocast, the Mail Review, starring myself, Mark L, the cat in the hat, and my wonderful co-host, the man, the myth, the legend with the name, Mr. Dylon Yale. Wait a minute, Mr. Everything. Isn't it? Are we going with Mr. Everything?
Yes.
Mr. Everything is the new hashtag Mr. Everything, y'all. What's going on, y'all? How y'all living out there on this fine Saturday morning? Hey, check me out. Thank y'all for joining us as always. Thank you for coming to check out the Mail Review, where you get this conversation from a male perspective based on pretty much whatever we want to talk about, because that's what men do. We just sit around and just talk whenever we want to talk. Also, we do have some special guests in the building, kind of come and check us out, see how we get down in the studio. We have the lovely, lovely Christmas Eve in the building. Miss Christmas Eve, how you doing this morning?
I'm doing fine. Thank you for letting me join you guys and peep in.
Absolutely, absolutely. It is wonderful to have you here, and we just kicking it. This is what we do. We're gonna let you in on a little bit of the secret. We ain't gonna get too far into it, but the leg is in the building. Christmas Eve in here getting this morning leg.
Christmas Eve.
Wait a minute, hold it. Wait, I said that. That came out wrong as hell.
Christmas Eve.
Do
they want
Eve.
Okay.
Listen.
I just want to know how she got the name.
She got the name. She is.
Okay.
That is who she is.
I'm a gift to everyone that meet me.
Okay.
And basically, my IG fans is.
Can we get the mic a little bit close to you?
My
please?
IG fans is.
Just pull it. Just
grab
grab it. Pull it to you. Pull it to you. Yeah, just grab it. Just grab it.
Lord have mercy.
There you go.
Sir, Christmas Eve's husband is in the building too. I need you to slow it down, sir.
She has a husband, so I know she know how to just what I won't give it to me. I know.
And this is what happens when you work with a Gemini. So anyway, y'all, again, welcome to another Saturday morning with us, kicking it in the Mail Review. You know we like to have fun when we get started. Brother Dallin, let's start out with you, man. How was your week this week, man? How's the business going, Mr. Everything?
I'm wearing all black because I feel like Neo in the Matrix.
Oh Lord! Did you take the red pill or the blue pill, or was it?
I don't take any pills. It's all natural, baby.
It's all natural.
It's all natural.
Right on,
yeah,
man.
when I want to fly, I can fly. I don't need a pill to fly.
You don't need a pill to do it, sir.
Yes.
Okay.
Neo, he just, you know how the rules of the Matrix work. You gotta be this way. You gotta do this. You got, you know, I follow. You gotta operate in the Matrix a little bit,
right?
But
and be above the Matrix.
But Neo did what he wanted to do in the Matrix.
Yes,
okay,
he did. Yes,
so that's how I feel. Why you ducking down?
Ladies and gentlemen, more special guests have just entered the
she
building.
like she in church with the church finger.
She got the church finger trying to slip through. The Ursa didn't meet you at the door.
Excuse me.
Y'all ain't gonna be ready for who else is in this building.
Excuse me.
I'm gonna tell you, the arch nemesis of Mr. Dylon Yale. Well, we ain't gonna call it arch nemesis. We're gonna say a good bantering partner has entered the building. Oh man, we got all kind of stuff going on in this building. My brother,
man. Yeah, how you knew I wanted some of this juice, man?
Hey, that's real. That's real. Yeah, the coffee go with your coffee.
I just wanted to talk to the husband. Hey, man. So I said, ma'am, Christmas Eve. And she like, I'm just so happy to be here. And I appreciate the opportunity to sit in on y'all's show. And she had to grab the mic. Grab it. Just grab it. I got you. Hey, Mario like, well, hold on now. She got her husband. That's how I know she know how to just grab it. Shit. Am I wrong, bro?
You right. I feel
Okay. Right. Okay. That's what's happening. That's my man Slick Rick in the building. Slick Rick, what's good, brother?
Not much. Appreciate y'all.
How you
Let
doing,
me sit in, listen, see what's going on.
Nothing wrong with that. Thank you for joining us here at the Mail Review. One of those Saturday morning classes.
How you doing, Trey?
Look at what
I did not
see
bring
here.
the drop.
You did not bring the Dr. Trey drop. Ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Trey, who usually lights up the streams with all of the fantastic questions and answers, has also entered the building with the mail review. So we got a full house. We got let's see, leg supports. Is that what we're gonna call it today?
Leg
supports in the building. We got leg supports in the building. Thank y'all for joining us again, man. So you had a pretty good week there.
We just got
Doc.
chips all in the camera, man.
Okay, we're gonna move the chips. We ain't look unless Lays wants to talk to us.
Sponsored by.
We'll take it because you just can't stop eating them. Anyway, I give you that one for free. So you had a good week. I had a pretty good week this week too.
Tell me about it, Mark.
Hey, brother, listen. All I gotta say, man, is we have just slid into Black History Month. Mm-hmm. Black History Month. We have made it to Black History Month. And I got to say, man, a lot of things have been happening around the world.
It was an ugly slide, boy.
It was an ugly slide.
It was it's like a picture slide. You always know that the pictures can't slide.
Yeah,
good.
it looked horrible. It just looked terrible, man. But we did make it here. I hope everybody is celebrating their Black History Month in their Black History way. If you're doing some reading, if you're doing some writing, if you're doing some seeing, if you're making memes, because we also make memes during Black History Month, some funny memes, because Black people, it's our flavor, man. It's how we get down.
Let me say something about that, man.
Live in your blackness this
Let me
month.
say something about that, man.
Like every month.
Let me say something about that.
For 50 years, that's what I've done.
Let me say something
Go
about
ahead.
that. I want to address these ignorant ass people on Martin Luther King Day, right?
Not on Martin Luther King Day.
With these Martin Luther King club flyers.
I hope they mostly jokes.
I don't care. Some shit you just don't mess with. Though,
Okay,
right?
I got you. It's sacred.
Martin
It's
Luther
like a
King
sacred cow.
with the bottles, popping the bottles and throwing the money. Come on, yo.
That's
Y'all have a little bit of respect for the man that helped get you to the point where you are. A little bit of respect for Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. I don't. Now, he might have been in the club.
He might have been popping bottles.
I'm just saying, we ain't seen Queen Elizabeth on a club flyer.
Not yet.
We ain't seen them put Obama on no goddamn club flyer, and he's probably the person.
I think that might
Have we?
I think I've seen
something like that.
I could probably pull one of them up, dog.
He might have been promoting Bulldogs. What you got?
Here's what I say. I say this. Absolutely, I don't think anybody denies the irreverent spirit of our
I think they do.
I don't think
I
so.
think they do.
I just think black people naturally got that funny bone. We kind of laugh through the pain all the time, brother. So, we got jokes. Everybody got.
You know what? You're right, because I'm gonna put up a Jesus joke.
It's gonna be a Jesus joke.
See?
I mean, but I believe in Dr. Martin King got.
Well, see, this is what I'm saying. I remember when he freed the slaves. Remember when Dr. King freed the... Oh, wait.
No, I don't know.
That was another king.
No.
We was kings.
No.
Anyway, well, black people always got a joke.
I'm just saying, some of it.
That's the nature of the spirit. That's the spirit of black
I'm just
people,
saying,
right?
man.
What you think, Chris?
Come on,
jokes,
Chris.
right?
Come on,
I
Chris.
mean, that's what make our culture unique. And
That's what
why,
makes us unique. We always got jokes.
That's that blackness. Like, being black is just amazing to me. We have our hard times, so we laugh through the pain.
Yeah, we do. Yeah, we do. We just do
I guess.
We do. It's a coping mechanism.
It is. It is definitely a coping mechanism. So, oh man. So without further ado, y'all, we're gonna get into it, man. We're gonna talk a little bit about kind of a follow-up to the brother Tyree Nichols. Again, unless you lived under a rock for the last month and a half, we know about the tragic death of a young man in Memphis, Tyree Nichols, who was practically murdered. He was absolutely murdered on the streets of Memphis, not 80 yards from his own home, by the police department. Several things have come up since then. One of the things that came up was the fact that everybody thought this was just 5 black officers, right?
Mm-hmm. Hold up. Let me pull up a list, son. Go ahead, Mark.
Yeah, they thought it was 5 black officers, and it was. They definitely have determined it was 5 black officers who perpetrated this murder against this young man who was running in fear of his life because they were police officers. However, there was also another officer involved and this officer was a white officer, and they conveniently slid him in after the fact. The first thing they did was plaster the 5 black officers all in the news, all over everything, showing them in their police blues. I'm going to get to that because there was something else that came up about that this week that somebody pointed out that was very important and very key to a lot of the things that are happening. But they posted those officers as quickly as possible, and then they tried to slide this white officer in there almost as an afterthought, as a blurb that he was released, or that he was relieved of duty. So the phraseology that I've seen is one little piggy got to stay home, while the other little piggy's out there at market immediately, right?
Right.
Now, again, I'm going to say this because we've said it on all the shows. I don't call this a race thing. I think black people absolutely despise crime like anybody else. The problem I've always had with what they do with this information is they don't treat us all the same. They don't treat the colors the same.
Correct.
Crime is crime. I don't give a damn if you white, black, yellow, red, whatever race or nationality you could be, creed. I don't care your pronouns, whatever. If you committed a crime, I think you should pay for the crime. For whatever reason, you should pay for the crime. If there are extenuating circumstances, that'll all come out. However, I think if you're going to treat us, you should treat everybody fairly because we're all people. If you're going to shoot this brother, then you need to shoot that white boy.
Right. Or don't shoot anybody.
If you don't shoot him, don't shoot him. Don't pick and choose based on your prejudice about race, right? Okay. And I think that should go on both sides, okay? However, your feelings, your bigotry, it should not be represented in a space where you're supposed to be neutral.
Right.
You're supposed to be neutral to this, right? So, okay. They went ahead and they plastered these 5 brothers up there, and then they turned around and they slid this white dude in. So let's talk a little bit about this 6th officer. What you see there, Doc?
This is the article by AOL.com, by the way. We want to give the credits due to wherever the article may lie. 6th officer fired after beating death of Tyree Nichols. Ex-officer Preston Hemphill was heard on the camera saying, "I hope they stomp his ass." Memphis, Tennessee. A 6th Memphis officer was fired Friday after an internal police investigation showed he violated multiple department policies in the violent arrest of Tyree Nichols, including rules surrounding the deployment of a stun gun. Officials said Preston Hemphill had been suspended as he was investigated for his role in the January 7th arrest of Tyree Nichols, who died in the hospital 3 days later. 5 Memphis officers have already been fired and charged with second-degree murder in Nichols' death. Nichols was beaten after police stopped him for what they said was a traffic violation. Let's footnote that part. Video released after pressure from Nichols' family shows the officer holding him down and repeatedly punching, kicking, and striking him with the baton as he screamed for his mother. This is the officer as we show his goofy-looking ass. Oh, yeah. I'm going to give it to this motherfucker, man. Don't get me started. The officers who have been fired and charged are black, as was Nichols. Hemphill is a white officer. One other officer has been suspended but has not been identified.
There's another one.
There's another one. Hemphill was the 3rd officer at the traffic stop that proceeded to arrest but was not at the location where Nichols was beaten after he ran away. On body camera footage from the initial stop, Hemphill is heard saying that he used a stun gun against Nichols and declared, "I hope they stump his ass," along with breaking rules regarding the use of a stun gun. Was also fired for violation of personal conduct and truthfulness, police said in the statement. Police announced Hemphill's suspension on January 30th, but they said he was also actually suspended short after the arrest. What else we want to give? Let's go right here because this is a long article, and we could actually address where we are with it right now.
Well, I'm going to say this. Officer was also involved, and he was the one who actually deployed the stun gun at the initial stop. I do get that maybe he hit the violation point when he deployed the stun gun, as they are looking to cite him for the fact that he used the stun gun in the wrong way, basically. And then the added bonus of his speech that happened before they got to the point where it escalated to where the beating that ultimately led to him succumbing to his injuries took place. However, the fact that they didn't mention him at all in the narrative until after the fact.
And they knew it was there.
And they knew it was absolutely there. This is where it started. This is where the escalation began, right?
Right.
So why did y'all hide him? Why did you hide that? Why would you hide that fact? Because it didn't fit with the narrative that you were trying to spin. Now, so I got a lot of shit to say about this, but let me see. Dr. Trey, tell me about this. Tell me, as someone who has a black child, two black men,
boys.
children, 2 boys. How does this make you feel about the way the police use their tactics? Now, you would want to try to say this was about race, and I think the fact that they are able to say these were black people that did this to another black person kind of ties into the whole bullshit theory of black on black crime, right? But what y'all forgetting is the extenuating circumstance of the fact that these black people were wearing blue. We're going to get back to that.
Yeah, it does not matter
Yeah.
that they were black. They are extensions of an oppressive system that has white people at the top of the hierarchy. So it doesn't matter the color of their skin. They were actors of that system, period.
Okay.
So the people who want, and I mean, I know there are people out there, the racist white folks are out there loving it. We all see, they, black people be,
Black people are naturally violent.
Right.
But when it comes right down to it, these are black people that are actors of this white oppressive system. So I'm trying to figure out how, but it's like I always say, people see what they want to see. They decide, they picture it so that it fits their own internal narrative. And as the mother of my sons, one is 30, one is 20. It has, this has been, whenever something like this happens, I work in academia. Whenever something like this happens, it creates a very tense swirl in my academic life, in my work life. And now I work from home and I'm still feeling this. So you can imagine how strong it is that I can be not on campus and still feel it, hundreds of miles away and still feel it.
Yeah.
But the thing about it is, you asked how I feel. That's what I'm getting at. I can't feel that much now. I'm tired, man. Like I've been praying for these boys. When I first found out I was pregnant with a boy, I said, "Oh my God, what am I gonna do with this boy?" Like I'm raised in a family of women, all strong women, And it's like, I don't know. So it's been a lifelong. How do I balance? Explaining how do you conduct yourself out here so that you can stay safe, but I need you to still stand up for yourself so that you feel like a whole person out here, whole human out here. Right. So it's been constant, back and forth. And every single time something like this happens, I always feel like just a little bit something more has died inside of me. And I mean, I'm just being honest.
They've normalized it to the point that you don't react how we used to.
I can't. So in meetings, my colleagues are doing the moment of silence thing, and that's very respectful, and I appreciate they do that. I've had people text me and say, especially my white colleagues, "I heard what happened. I'm so sorry. I hope you're taking care of yourself." At this point, my silence is how I take care of it. I can't talk about it. I didn't watch the video. I would never watch any more black trauma. I can't stomach it. I don't talk about it. And that is how I deal. I just don't talk. This is the first time that I have said something since the incident happened. And I've been prompted. I just have not spoken because I don't have any more
to say.
I have nothing left. I hope and pray that the young people, this is why I have so much faith in the young people. I know people be tripping on the Gen Zs, but I have faith in the young people. Okay. Please fix this shit. I can't do no more. Right. Please, can y'all fix this shit, please? As you grow up, fix this shit.
You know the Gen Zs are eating Tide Pods.
I know. I know
Christmas
they
Eve,
eat
huh?
Tide
Yeah.
Pods, but hopefully, in betwixt they Tide Pod eating, it's gonna be some
That pick it up and go.
that say we gonna fix this shit for you, auntie. Please.
I like
Please.
Arm & Hammer
Our partners
instead.
over here, what do y'all feel about this before we continue with this article?
What you
Because
got,
we don't want to do this all day.
Yeah, no.
Because I was honestly kind of like choked up last week.
Oh man, yeah,
More choked up on the beating itself, or the
Well, I will say we already know how we feel about the beating. I'm sure. Just circle that in the beating in this second part.
exposure.
Yeah.
Well, y'all already know. Just like I was, what you were just telling me, saying, Trey, about the white people really don't understand. But what can they do? And I was having this conversation with Ricky the other day. What can they do to show you that, you know, they're in support of this? Because it seems like when they do show that they're in support of this, you know, we kind of like say, that's not enough. That's not enough for us.
Facts.
So, honestly, what can they do to show that? For instance, Miami, they have a Black Lives Matter, Black History Month police car that was unveiled. Did y'all see that?
No, I didn't see that.
All right, so black people didn't like that. It was on the shade room. Black people did not like that. Just like, they in our face. Why would they doing this and for them to only arrest black people to put them in jail? What's enough? You know, what can they do? So I just want to kind of like see, can we kind of like guide that way on the subject?
Can I speak to that for
Yes.
a moment? As I said, I'm in academia. I'm not going to say a lot because this is live and it's public.
Yeah.
But I will say this. The things that white people could do that would fix it would also take their privilege away. They would have to break a system that automatically privileges them. They're not going to do that. So they're not. I'm sorry, they're
they
not.
got laws that,
they're not.
that protect you from incriminating
They
yourself.
are not going to do that.
Right.
They're not going to do that. And that's what they should do, Chris. But because the self-interest in us as humans won't let them say, you know what? This
let y'all
system
have
is
it.
broken. You know what? You can't really fix a broken system by fixing a piece of a system. You gotta fucking destroy the system. You gotta break the system. They're not gonna break it because if they break it, they get to lose. They get to lose out now. Everybody gets to be on the same playing field, ideally, right?
Right.
So that means that the privileges that you've been awarded by way of just the luck of being born white, you don't get anymore. Who in the hell is going to break a system
Nobody gonna sign
that
up
is
for
going
that
to
anyway.
disfavor them?
Nobody gonna sign
Let me jump in
going
on
to
that.
do that?
I don't think the system's broken, Trey.
I do.
Don't listen to me. It's designed exactly the way they created it. So that's not broken.
Okay, I get what you're
That's
saying.
perfectly
I get what
it's
you're saying.
We think
operating
it's broken.
it's
But
operating
it's broken
perfectly.
for us.
Yes,
so
for
they're
us.
not going to fix it. I guess what I'm saying.
Yeah,
I'm saying
yeah.
the same thing
There
that
you
you're
go.
saying.
Yeah.
Why? It's fine for them. You know, they get to do the platitudes. I'm so sorry. You know,
Thoughts and prayers.
You know, they get to do that. But when it comes down to taking the real action, and I mean, when I talk about systems, there's a whole lot of systems that we have that are like this. They're designed by design, like you said, to keep certain people in power. Our economic system is just like that. Just like that. No one is gonna. That's why when shit goes bad, like Trump was a disruptor. I don't care what nobody say. That motherfucker was crazy, but he was like, burn this shit to the ground. I'm gonna do this shit my way. Don't nobody care about it. We
Gemini.
don't give a fuck about democracy.
Gemini,
Fuck all
baby.
y'all. He was crazy.
Fuck the
But
Constitution.
he was a disruptor. He was. He was willing to break this shit.
Yeah.
You see what they did.
Yeah.
Danger. And I'm not saying I wanted Trump. Please don't. Let me make sure this is very clear. I did not want Trump. But he was breaking it. He was.
making
He
people
was
take a look.
making people. He was. And his presence did that for us, really. You know, but to break the system, we all have to be ready to be. Are you really ready for deconstruction?
Listen.
Are you
Chappelle
really
said
ready
it.
for
Chappelle
deconstruction?
said it. I'm gonna tell you right now.
Shit,
Chappelle
baby.
said it. He said it's possible that Donald Trump is the lie that saves us all. Now I want y'all to resonate. Just sit with that for a second, because he did make everybody sit up and take notice of a lot of things that may have been fucking raggedy, right?
Yes.
He may have been raggedy, but he was the
He was the
loud
precursor to the
thread
pandemic that
was
shook
tearing
us
it down.
up.
This is correct. he came out. He did some wild shit, and then the pandemic said everybody go to hell home and stay in the house. Now think about that shit. He left a lot. Oh boy, let me tell you about the pandemic breaks. The things that happened in the pandemic, boy, that's gonna be a great movie. I'm gonna have to write that.
One day.
What happened
We
in the
should write a
pandemic
book
stays in the
together.
pandemic.
Man, the pandemic changed a lot for a lot of people, man. For a lot of people, I'm gonna tell you, one of the major things it did was it broke down the idea that you need to go to a brick and mortar in order to make money. That broke down the whole idea. It basically said, y'all have had the internet for this amount of time and y'all been doing all this wild shit. So why not use it to really work? And it broke down a lot. That's just one pillar it broke down.
It also highlighted things that were already broken, like our racial oppression that is intertwined with economic oppression, that is intertwined with gender oppression. I mean, it just showed us. It showed us, oh, look, y'all thought y'all was bad. Let me show you how bad this shit really is.
Gotcha.
Okay.
That's real shit.
Yeah, it really did. It illuminated all of the issues and sometimes even exacerbated, made it worse. That's why all the protesting and civil unrest started to happen. Yeah. You know, so it makes sense. But the pandemic couldn't even break the system because guess what everybody wanted to do? They wanted to get back to normal as soon as possible. I know they said, why the fuck are we going back to normal? We got the evidence. This shit is messed up. We want to go back to normal.
I don't think it'll ever be the same.
It's not going to be the same. But it's still very much, people are very much trying to still operate in the schools, in my spaces, my professional. They very much trying to hold on to bring back what they had.
That's true.
Because that system is what's comfortable. That's why. Instead of trying to figure out new ways to deal with all of the problems that we have, what we want to do? Figure out a way to go back to normal.
Well, you bring up a valid point, because even bringing it back around to what we were talking about, what you're saying in essence is that trying to get back to this business as usual thing, trying to cover this thing up, is starting to become untenable because these cases are popping up. And with the rise of the internet and with the rise of everything that's happening, you're starting to notice things a lot more. This stuff is starting to become more apparent. I don't think we'll ever be the same. So even coming back around to the whole concept of what happened in the case of Tyree Nichols.
And what to do about it.
And what to do about it.
What can white people do?
What can they do? I mean, what can they do?
They're willing to do.
What can they do that they are willing to do? Slick Rick, what you think about it, man? Just thinking about the fact that it seems like in the world right now, the police is losing. Like the police are losing, and we're supposed to try to depend on these people that are supposed to protect and serve us, right? The fact that these were 5 black officers, though they wanted to bring high attention to that, should come up and raise an alarm in people's heads, and the fact that even though they were 5 black people who you would think would be somebody familiar to keep the black people in line, we're fearful of them because they're wearing blue. Right. Okay? And we don't trust the police, which is what we've been always saying. It was never, we don't trust white police. We don't trust black police.
Right. My thing is, if it was like, I feel like if it was 5 white police officers, they wouldn't have been arrested as fast. Just like with the white guy, it would be like just now something being done instead of being the black guy's been fired for weeks now.
Oh yeah, imagine that. Yeah.
And by me being black, I've been stereotyped, profiled by the police.
Who hasn't?
I done been drew down. The police done drew guns on me. Like I'm thinking I'm finna get shot by them for real, and I'm in my house in my backyard.
I'm sorry that happened to you.
On the phone with Chris. She calling the police. The police doing it.
Damn.
What?
Yeah.
Brother. See,
it's traumatizing.
It is
traumatizing.
Yep. So that's my thing. It's just like, now that since the pandemic, is like everything's on camera now. Black people are getting this on camera. That's why you're seeing it more. That's why it's like becoming a thing now. It's like, it's on camera, so eventually, like you're saying, the younger generation gonna have to do something. Yeah. It's up to them now. Like, we're getting to the age where we did and said what we could do as much as we could, and now it's on them to, keep the thing going, keep it rolling. What are y'all gonna do about it? How are y'all gonna fix, So that's just my opinion on it.
Right on, brother. Thank you. We appreciate
I'm sorry.
That.
No problem.
Yeah, that's crazy. I can't imagine.
Yeah.
I mean, but I'm gonna tell you, my grandmother used to say, and you know, not that I didn't believe it, but it's hard to believe when your world is so small. So when I'm talking about my grandmother talking, I'm talking about me being younger, under 20.
Yeah.
Under 15.
Yeah.
And things that older people say that, you know, we don't be listening to.
Yeah.
It kind of goes in
Yeah,
one
when
ear
you
right
that
after the
age,
other,
yeah.
but they resonate and it boomerangs back when you get older.
Yep.
But I remember her saying distinctly, you know, we didn't know no black men who didn't have to go to jail, didn't have to do some time at some point. It was just an understood thing that we were going to have trouble with the authorities. Just on the fact that we black, right?
Right.
This is something we're going to have to. Being young and black is something that they have regarded as dangerous. And it is, like Dr. Trey was saying, the system has been standing for so long, it's hard not to think of it otherwise. We joke all the time and say how black people know the law. Well, there's a reason for that. Because we got enough black people around us that have been through it, and it's just, this stuff sticks to us. Oh, don't do that, you're going to get 5 to 10.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? This is stuff that just naturally happens.
That's true.
So, I mean, okay. So, Brother Dylan, with everything that you have seen, I know you be on fire, and Dylan has done a lot with regards to charities and with regards to participating in marches. I know you definitely were a part of. You got put on the news one time for being on a march, right?
On the march and the event that happened last week at Welcome All Park.
Yep.
With the, violent shooting that happened out there, but that wasn't police related actually. But the thing is, shout out to Connecting the Links. They had the police department participating in that event.
Yeah.
You know, I want to shout out to my brother Billy D, who for Accountable Youth Program. Who has a program, a mentorship program that teaches the youth how to interact with people of law enforcement, and he creates these events where law enforcement is there, youth is there, because sometimes we may not know how to act. Sometimes the officer may not know how to act in that moment, and I have always said we need people from our community policing our community.
Right.
But
and this shit happens.
This shit happens. So now I got to go back and review my position on, well, does that change anything? Because you would expect somebody who looks like you, they would lead with a little bit of leniency and understanding in that moment, or not aggression. I'm saying, listen, hold up. I'm saying,
Chris' face didn't get curdled up.
I'm saying expectedly. You would expect that. I would expect that.
Yeah.
I'm from the military.
Yeah.
Look, and let me tell story time with Darling.
Story time.
I'm down in Haiti looking at my people. Okay? And there were a lot of things going on where we had to act aggressively. And in those moments, I didn't see, I saw my people. My cohorts, my unit treated them differently. Whoa, chill out. Was me in certain moments. You know what I'm saying? So I take that mindset of putting myself in those positions, in those moments of aggression. And I'm thinking, I know if this is me that thinks like this, it has to be another brother out there in the same position of security, of protection, of protect and serve, of law enforcement that think like me.
Right.
At
Well,
least
you would hope.
At least that's what I thought. Miss Eve. 'Cause she rolled her face up.
Right.
Okay.
Her face was curdled all the way up.
For the record,
That thing up.
For the record, I really prefer to go by Chris Parker, my full name. I just want to put that out there on the line.
Miss Parker.
Yes,
Miss Parker. Hey, Miss Parker.
You knew that was coming, girl.
It was coming, girl. Don't worry. They do it to me with Marcus Darling all the time.
Marcus
Trust me.
Darling.
I
See,
think
I'm
you
saying.
spoke on that too about, of course, it's the black men who beat Tyree.
Yeah.
We would expect them to understand it, right? Yeah. But you also had the slave masters who had, black slaves who was also doing things for them, helping them catch other slaves.
Slave catchers.
So they get a pat on the back. Hey, good job. They are. It's in their little organization, and so to me, I'm not saying all black cops is like that.
Right.
But you do have those who have their mentality,
Well, now here's the thing, and that's I was going to kind of circle back around to that. So one thing we noticed, and we talked about the dichotomy of this, because okay, people are complicated. All right, we complicated. Let's go with that. All right, we complicated. I'm a person who definitely will say this. Absolutely not a fan of what Mr. Kelly did in the process of what he was doing when he was doing it. I ain't gonna gloss over it. I also can't say that in a moment, and I'm in the club and I'm sipping on that hen and I'm feeling good, and somebody slides step in the name of love up, and I won't be up in there talking about some. Let me see you do love. I ain't gonna lie and say I'm completely cut it off. I'm just gonna say that we're complicated. So in the complication, one of the things that was hurtful, and I think that had a lot to do with why Donald said he was choked up last week. I was equally choked up when I heard about this case, because I feel for this brother who died under these conditions. And I also feel for these brothers who were in the position to have just done this the way police work is supposed to be done, and arrested this man, and this man stand trial for what he did wrong that they thought, or the ticket or whatever was supposed to happen as a result of this. What I could not understand was the loss of humanity. What in this police training says, I need you to get rid of your humanity. As Dowling and I have
you think
been
it's training?
Veterans. We're veterans that have been in the military who were taught to use weapons, taught to use our hands, taught to use weapons we can get our hands on to eliminate a threat completely, decease them.
Rules of engagement.
The rules of
That's
engagement
what we were
states that there are chances to de-escalate these situations to the point where nobody has to die. If it comes down to it in the military where you have to fucking die, trust me, there were several chances to de-escalate this situation. But by the time it's done, it's a good kill.
Now,
because I was taught to work through that, right?
And a lot of these people who are in police forces come from the military. So I'm looking at it like, I know where y'all come from. So you acting like this, don't play with me.
Right.
I know where you come from. I
better.
know what you already have embedded in you. I have embedded in my mind, to be honest with you, kill with cold blue steel, drill sergeant.
Right.
But I already know what I was taught before I got to that moment.
Correct. So how do you get the humanity beat out of you? Because that's basically what this comes down to for me. Me being emotional. Let me get the small violins out. I'm a Cancer. Y'all know how I am. I'm very emotional about this.
I'm getting emotional about it too.
But I mean, it's the whole point. Everybody, we're all emotional about this because nobody wants to see these brothers just threw their whole life away. Right. Doing for what? For what?
Okay,
they just took this man's life for what? A traffic stop?
Yes. Brother TR on the stream. What's going on, Brother T?
TR is another member of the leg. TR, what's up, brother? Good morning. Ask Darling. Pensacola cops pulled us over and stopped us at least 2 to 3 times a week. I know I did.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah?
That's
and P-Cola?
Yes, that's happened often. I was pulled over and look, I don't want to go into the story, but they followed me all day, and then they say, "Hey, yeah, we noticed that you had such in your car, and 2-3 people in your car." Yeah, motherfucker, I was driving. dumb fuck.
Living.
Dumb fuck.
Just living life.
It's my niece and my best friend, Officer Brady.
Right.
Bitch.
And
we were in high school. That is a true statement as well. Yes, we were in high school.
Absolutely.
This is a regular thing. I got pulled over in front of my high school. I go right there, you bastard.
I'm in
PHS.
That's my school.
I have a PHS shirt on.
Where do you think I'm going?
Where I'm coming from.
Right.
Yeah. So, I mean...
And y'all are from... And Chris, y'all are from...
we're from Birmingham, Alabama.
Birmingham, Alabama. I can imagine in Alabama.
Yes. I got a similar story just like him. I went to college, redneck town, Coleman, Alabama. Played basketball. Had an apartment across from the dorm. I didn't stay in the dorm. I had an apartment across from the campus. Used to go back and forth. I had a car. A white guy on the team with me, stayed with me. Go across just about every other day. I'm getting pulled over. What are the black guy and the white guy doing in the car together?
Wow. It's
That could
college.
have been. Was this 1956 or 1966?
2001, 2002.
Oh my goodness.
Wow.
Yeah, it's been a normal thing for us. You know what I'm saying?
Forever.
And I've been pulled over for, I'm getting out of a car, and I'm getting pulled over. Yeah, I noticed you getting out of a car. Yeah, motherfucker, I'm getting out of a car.
We all got stories. Trey, you.
I was told that was suspicious for me. My lady I was dating at the time, my fiance at the time, was letting me off at the corner because she had to go home, and I was, it was a long drive into my apartment complex, so I was like, well, let me out right here. I walked, what I'm saying, got out the car. You know what I'm saying? It's like about 10 o'clock at night. I'm walking, cop pull up on me. Well, it just seems suspicious that you got up.
They killed me with that.
And then,
That's
like,
the first
okay,
thing.
I'm suspicious with a high yellow hoodie on.
Right. Yeah, I'm finna go do crime. What the hell you think I am, Big Bird? That gone wrong this thing? You know what I'm saying? What you Lord. Yeah, man. But you know what? We've all seen America's Dumbest Criminals out there.
Yeah, we have.
So,
Touche.
And Trey is from the Midwest like I am. We from the Chicagoland area. Right. So you've seen this happen. You've seen this play out in your area, right?
My oldest son's dad, okay, so we met when I was 17. He was 18, all right? We still really good friends to this day, okay? I was thinking about, I always
Shout
think
out
back.
to y'all being friends with the ex.
Yes.
Man, yeah.
I'm friends with both my exes. Yeah, both my sons. I'm friends with all my exes, except maybe one.
Except one, yeah.
He shall not be named. But other than that, I'm friends with all my exes. We all cool. Yeah. It was like a 3-year period where it was like everybody make sure they keep bail money because they gonna pull Twan over. He gonna go to jail. Like, I stayed bailing this nigga out. Like, it was crazy. It was nuts. It was nuts. I remember I was pregnant. I think I was like 6 or 7 months pregnant with our son. Mm-hmm. And I remember having to go to visit him in the county. And I said, how did we get here?
Right.
How did we get here? And it's like, okay, so that's it. This man has a doctorate. He retired from higher education teaching. He owns businesses, real estate. He's fine today. Yeah. But the hell he had to go through to get here. Mm-hmm. It's really it's amazing. And it's like when you have the mother of sons and you see this, I got a son in my belly watching this. Yeah. So it was really it's just really hard. Like, it's hard to watch, it's hard to see. It's hard. I mean, I don't even have the right words to describe how miserable this is, and you can't stay miserable. So what do you? Yeah. That's why I turn it off, because I can't stay in that energy all the time. I shed my tears, and then I drink my wine, and then I go on with life, because what are you gonna do? You do what you can. You know what I mean? You do what you can. Speaking out, correcting my colleagues when they do microaggressions or aggressions, or whatever. Yeah. Trying to teach your people and protect your people as best you can. I'm quick to, if I see some shit going on, I bust my camera out too. I'm gonna film it, especially if you messing with some kids. Yeah. I'm coming with you messing with some babies. Oh, but trust, we getting this on tape, and I'm gonna be like, officer, everything okay with my camera up like this? Everything good with these teenagers? Right. I've done it many times, especially when I lived in places that were mostly white places. I feel like it's necessary. So you do what you can, but one person, tiny little actions like that, maybe a whole bunch of them eventually can help fix the system. But just one person, I mean, no, we just do what we can.
Yeah, and I absolutely feel and understand that, because as also a father of black sons, the worry for when they go out and the things they do. And my kids, they cool. They pretty much are homebodies for the most part. So one thing, but I do worry about the fact that they're gonna go out one day, and they need to be able to have the wherewithal to be able to get through that situation. And the thing that I have to teach them, unfortunately, is that getting home alive is your only job.
Yes,
that is your only job.
The most important thing.
Getting home alive is your only job, but at the same time, trying to teach them to have self-respect. Right. Is a big thing. So
okay.
Just to close it out.
Hold up 1 second before we close it out.
Oh yeah, gotcha.
Here are Teron's last comment. I think people hear but don't actually understand how many interactions a black man has with law enforcement. I really don't think we even address the normalcy that we have with this. And I believe that. Like, if I was to go through my daily stories, I mean, it's been very little at this point in my life, but just coming up, it was just so okay, and it, a bit of some PTSD of what's going to happen this time. What's going to happen this time? Circling back to Tyree Nichols, of course, he ran from what he knows or expected happens to us. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, we could circle around with that before we go on a break, Mark.
Yeah, man. So I just want to say, just to kind of round it off, man, it is sad to me, and I'm sure to a lot of people, that in the beauty of our existence, in the full beauty of our existence, misery lies at the center of it. The suffering lies at the center of it. In the beauty, in the souls of black folks.
And
right?
the trauma.
And the trauma. It lends it to kind of a sad, beautiful thing that we deal with, right?
It makes it even more important for us to take very special care of ourselves.
Absolutely. And we're going to definitely talk about that. So what we're going to do, y'all, we're going to take a little break and we're going to come back and we're going to talk a little bit about what we need to do. If y'all remember, and you heard Dylan say so, and if you definitely watched the show last week, definitely try, watching and watching the story unfold. There's a bit of trauma that comes with that. And us, definitely as men and black women in the world, need to take the time to do self-care. A lot of the self-care buzzwords come from the black women that we currently know in our sphere. But we want to kind of get into what it's like to do self-care for black men too, right? So if y'all stay tuned, man, come back, check us out here at the Male Review. Definitely go ahead and keep chiming on the streams. Go ahead and like and share that content. And only job we ask y'all to do, just share it out to 5 people. Tell them to check out the Male Review. Tell them to find out what we talk about when we just sitting around talking smack. And in a couple minutes, we'll be back, and we're going to go into this self-care thing, and we're going to talk a little bit about what we got coming up on this Valentine's special show, because, it's still Love Month as well. So y'all stay tuned. We'll be back in about 2 minutes after we pay this bill. It's your boy Mark L. signing off. See y'all in a couple.
Behind every successful woman is a band of other successful women that have her back. That's why my platform is women empowerment and entrepreneurship. I am Keisha Hawley Roberts, your 2022 Mrs. California and the National Sorority Pageant, representing the mother of all, Order of Eastern Star. Hey, it's your girl, Kay Chantel, your favorite one from Women in the Mic. I have a question. Do you own your own business and need advertising? Do you provide a service and want to increase your clientele? Well, bring your advertising needs to Yale, Radiocast.com. We are on Apple Podcasts, Pandora, and iHeartRadio. We offer graphic design, web design, and video services. So, not only can you grow your business with Yale Radiocast, you can also listen to the hottest independent artists. Go to YaleRadiocast.com and get the gold standard.
Hey, this is your boy Mark L., one of the members of the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen for the Male Review right here on Yale Radiocast. Ladies, are you looking for something special to do for your man on Valentine's Day? Something to make him feel special, something to show him that you love and appreciate him. You should send him to For Men's Only, right there located in Sandy Springs. This is a men's only salon where he will be pampered. And on Saturday, February the 11th, between 11 and 1 on the Male Review, we are going to do a live show, and we will be getting some of those services that are available. They have barbering services. They also do manicures and pedicures. Also, you can go and visit their website at www.fmogrooming.com if you want to get a look and see the services that they offer. And give them the hashtag The Leg. They will give you a discount off of your services for that day. So ladies, send him to For Men Only. We look forward to seeing you, and happy Valentine's Day. And as always, the motto is get the business. Hey y'all, welcome back. We are back at the Male Review. Thank you for joining us again. Thank you for tuning in this fine Saturday morning. Once again, back from the break. Hey, did y'all hear that outstanding commercial? I mean, the way, listen, did y'all hear that voice? That voice was fantastic.
I need more cigarettes.
It was fantastic.
It's an image I gotta maintain.
If you can't get a 10, no.
At least you can do it.
Hey man, so listen, man, that ad run, which was masterfully done by Mr. Everything, hashtag Mr. Everything.
Hashtag Mr. Everything.
That man
baby.
did that. He did that, and it talks.
We did that, brother.
Okay, we did that together.
That.
We
Yes.
formed together like the Super Friends and did that, right? We did that one. So that definitely worked for me. I enjoyed it, and it talked a little bit about. It definitely talked about going there for men only. It's a male salon.
Right.
It's where we go to try to get some self-care. Now, the thing about this self-care thing, it's been like a big buzzword recently. It's come up about people doing self-care, kind of taking care of yourself, taking time to use them PTO days, Go and get your manicure and pedicure. Go ahead and get all the wonderful things that make you feel good. And
Hot girl summer.
Hot girl summer. City girls up 1,000. I mean, I'm just talking, just teasing about it. But it's become a big thing, and that's because in this community, because of a lot of suffering that we have, that we do almost unnecessarily sometimes, we don't take the time out to actually go and take care of ourselves. And it's been mostly pointed at black women. Black women have definitely taken the forefront, and we've pushed that narrative that black women should get self-care. But here we are. We've arrived at a time where black men also need self-care. Men in general need self-care, but we talk from... We do.
Yes.
I think we also need self-care.
Who allows us to have that?
I mean, I think we got to take it, homie.
Who allows us to have
I
that?
think we got to take that, man. We got to take that self-care. Because here's the thing, man. With all the stuff that's happening around the world, with all the news stories and with all the different things about definitely police brutality, we talk about that a lot. Definitely about the community and the disparities in how we make our money and where we live and the things that we need to do in order to just survive in this world. We forget a lot of times that we need to take some time out to rest and relax. Most of us, and we were brought up. I'm gonna definitely get to that in just a second, brother. Shout out to Miss Trey. Where are your manners? How you been, sweetie? That's Tyrone. Tyrone and Trey have often had talks and discussions.
Friendly banter.
Friendly banter back and forth.
I'm blowing
between
kisses
TR.
at you, TR. Mwah, mwah.
See, I think he didn't come today because he tried to do some self-care because, you get him wound up.
Yeah.
He need to take a break here to pull back a little
That's
bit.
that fire,
He'll be like,
Uh-oh.
I had that effect on people.
You do that.
This is Tyrone taking a break. Okay, I'm back.
I'm back. Right, there you go. He took a break for a second.
I breathed for a second. What more do you want out of me, brother? I just
mean,
overextended myself.
And by taking all that break, the things that went wrong. You know how much money was involved in that breath? You know what I'm saying? But that's just kind of tying it into the point. It's like that. I mean, we're taught
True.
from teenagers. Young men. We watch.
Go.
You watch the men that, surrounding your community, the men that you see, the men that you get to know, no matter how you get to see them. But what you normally see is men going to work, working long hours, working overtime, always working, always doing something outside the house to try to go ahead and keep the house in order.
And then we got to drill after we drill.
And then you got to drill.
Oh,
we ain't mad about that part. But anyway,
Wait a minute now.
We ain't mad about the part.
Wait a minute now.
In that,
have a bit drill,
but in that
tip drill, and a bit drill.
In that process, we don't often take the time to do our self-care. So you have a lot of autoimmune diseases that'll pop up. You get a lot of brothers I know got high blood pressure, hypertension, and anger management issues, and all kind of things that occur based on our society, based on our environment and the things that we do. So we're starting to get to a place where we need to get us men some time to actually do some self-care. The thing about it is we often get left feeling guilty when we do self-care. Now, we see the running jokes all the time, and we see the TikToks. I done seen the TikToks where they was like, boy, a woman sure don't like to see a man sitting down. Don't like to see a man sitting still, doing nothing. Rick over there smiling his ass off in that chair right there.
Brother.
Rick is smiling his ass off in that chair over there.
Blink. You can blink twice, brother.
I'm going to ask you to chime in on it in a second, but
blink twice.
It's
This is a safe space, brother.
It's a safe space, brother. This is a safe space. This is what we do at the man room.
Talk to me after.
Until we leave here.
If it's unsafe, but that blink 3 times, Rick. But and just talking about that, man, we're kind of, we talked a little bit about, definitely about the patriarchy. We talk about that a lot. We bring that up. We talk about, how these things affect not just the women in our world, but also the men in our world. And a lot of people don't realize we're all victims of the same patriarchy and the same things societally. So, just talking about that, the thought of a man taking a break, it's like, damn it, you sleep 8 hours a night. What do you mean you need a break? It's Saturday. Get your ass out there and cut that damn
Trash
grass.
show need to be
Cut
cut.
this trash out.
The
Do all
trash
this
been
stuff.
sitting right there.
Right? And then, what do you
Honey,
gonna do
do
something?
chores.
What you doing today? Put that damn PlayStation controller down. There's some stuff. You know what? I was thinking we need new carpet. Can you go and get it? So
I need somebody to go with me and pick out this linen.
Oh my goodness! See,
and then you got to drive like they don't got a license.
So you don't get a rest. So we're just talking. We just talking.
No,
we're
No,
not saying.
I ain't just talking. I'm venting. Okay. You got me here.
Phoenix,
this
Phoenix,
motherfucker wanted me to
call in. Phoenix, I need you to call in.
Phone is off. Please try to call. I ain't gotta answer the
Phoenix,
motherfucker.
save us.
Can I vent? Can I have my vent,
Yeah,
please?
see, it's a safe space, brother. It's a safe space.
This motherfucker wanted me to go to cold ass Pittsburgh. Mind you, I'm from Florida. I don't give a damn about shit with the snow. I don't give a flying fuck about the snow, right? So she wanted me to drive to cold ass Pittsburgh with her motherfucking ass in 1 degree weather. And then when they say, hey, my family came when they see you, them motherfuckers better bring their ass down here to warm ass Georgia. I don't care what your family want to see. I'm not getting in your car to drive you to see your family when your foot and your hands work. I love you though, baby.
And ladies and gentlemen, you now see the effects of what happens when men don't get their self-care.
That was my Ben session.
Make sure on February 11th
I've
he gets some spa time.
He's going to get some spot time.
I'm less stressed now.
He's less stressed now. He was able to vent. However,
He took the shades off and all.
I'm saying.
Right. They all spinning around on the table.
I'm gonna get that call at 5:00, bro. The SWAT team is here. I need you to hold it down. No, I'm kidding. But no, we talk about that in the terms of definitely taking men's self-care. So coming up, man, we got this event that we're doing on Saturday, February 11th. Where we're gonna go to for men only. We're gonna go to this spa, and we've kind of wrapped it up in the Valentine's Day thing. Hey, ladies, maybe that man does deserve a little self-care where he goes and he goes to this salon and he gets taken care of. The man can get a manicure, he can get a pedicure, he can get a shave and a haircut. Now, let me go ahead and give a shout out to Beards and Beauties, Beard Gang in the building. My boy Rick.
I'm jealous.
Myself,
jealous.
listen, I'm gonna
jealous.
tell y'all. Let me tell y'all. Listen,
I wasn't allowed to be manly enough.
Bell review. I'm ready to tell my story. I'm ready to tell my story. I don't want y'all to see me on camera because I don't. We're gonna say somebody. We ain't gonna say no name. We ain't gonna say no names. We're just gonna give initials. I'm just giving initials.
I got you.
KPRIS. She started this wonderful group called Beards and Beauties, and it's supposed to be Beards and Beauties.
Women
And I
with
remember-
beards?
No, not women with beards. Beards and Beauties.
Oh.
Or beautiful beards. It depends on how you feel about it.
You
She
know,
likes beards.
Nowadays, you got to clarify that.
She started a group called Beards and Beauties.
It's a thing.
And I was denied access when I was just rocking my goatee at the time. And they was like, you ain't got no beard, so I don't know if you grow a beard. So somewhere around pandemic, say what now?
Look at it though.
I look at it. I gotta
It's
say.
flush now.
I gotta say, I you know.
That beard
I
is
was
flush
drawn
now,
in.
baby.
I did go ahead and get a beard, but let me just say,
I love it.
I'm gonna.
So you grew the beard just to be the part of the crew?
I had to be a part. I had to be a part of the crew. No, you just didn't have access.
Peer pressure, huh?
Peer pressure, man.
Peer pressure.
But you know,
Just to be a part of
I started. It grew on me.
I want to be
literally.
accepted, so I got to grow my beard out.
Grow it out, bro.
I can't grow none. I'm jealous of both of y'all.
Hey, it's all right.
I just want to say
I
that.
got this friend that used to work with the Little Rascals. I got this friend who used to work with the Little Rascals. He gonna hook you up.
Mark L been popping since he got that beard.
I can attest to that.
Lord.
I can attest to that.
And suddenly the conversation
And now
changed.
His Polly.
The beard is popping.
is
Welcome to Mark L. Afternoon.
Mark L.
Polly
Afternoon.
been popping like them pop rocks we used to drink.
Oh, my God.
Remember the pop rocks you
Clack,
put in your mouth and it went all in your mouth? Remember the pop rocks? His probably
These
like
views
that.
have not been
Okay.
accepted by the
Since he got that
Food and
beard,
Drug
baby.
Administration. Just gonna say, but no, she right though. But the reason, and now that I have grown this beard, one of the things that you got to deal with. Phoenix. That ain't got shit to do with self-care, Negro.
No. Yes,
Wait a minute.
Whoa.
We're not gonna have this.
Let me show you how it happens. The house was quiet. I was at peace of mind. Is that not self-care, Dr. Trey? Come on. Is peace and quiet what a man needs? Come on. Come on, Dr. Trey.
First of all,
bring it.
First of all, you will not use me as a pawn.
No, because you're a doctor.
Miss Phoenix, hey girl. You will not use me as a pawn. Okay, first of all,
I'm using your knowledge.
Men do need self-care, but a happy wife is a happy life.
No. A happy me is a happy we. Okay, a happy me, a happy we.
And let me, a happy life.
Let me just say, this is a kinder, gentler dialing because before the marriage,
This is nice me, yes.
it was happy husband or happy is your cousin. We're not gonna go there.
Have you seen her cousin?
Oh my God.
He's gay. No.
Well, or a woman. Anyhow,
So
yes.
Markel, I want to share something about the self-care thing.
What you want to share about self-care, Dr. Trey?
Ricky, we were talking when we made our store run.
We did.
Okay, so I was saying about how I had been trying to teach my sons to take care of their skin. Like you need to take care of your skin just like everybody. Your skin is skin. It's not gendered. This is not a gender thing. So I try to teach them to take care of their skin. And I was telling Ricky, I said, y'all miss out on a lot of good stuff because this whole, that's not a man, man's supposed to not do that.
Oh, my
man can't
Lord.
do that.
Can you pull that up?
And Ricky, tell me what you told me about the seat warmer thing.
What? Oh, yeah. I seen, I was watching I think it was on Instagram. Guy said, if you got a car and you're a man and you're not supposed to have your seat warmers on.
So you supposed to have cold booty because you a man? Right. You a man. You supposed to have a cold ass.
Look, let me
A
tell
real
you
man
something.
has a cold ass. Okay?
Because it has seat warmers.
I'm gonna say this.
Got a cold ass.
There was a great philosopher, Sage Wisdom. No, there was a great philosopher that discussed this in the past that y'all are neglecting. From the way I understood it, he kind of sang about it. And it was chestnuts roasting.
So you saw it. You know what I'm talking about.
Right. See what I'm saying? Listen, I'm going to tell you right now. Look, that's a creature comfort. But the amount of things that they say about men can't do because it makes us, quote unquote, less than man.
I'm like, so you can't get a pedicure.
Can't do that.
You can't get nothing. Can't do nothing to your skin.
Can't do nothing.
Okay.
Hey,
so you got to be out here ashy. But then they gonna talk about you if you send an ashy dick pic. Don't forget now your dick pic. Shine that up.
Whoa.
Oh wait.
And suddenly the conversation changed.
Say that on the air.
What, dick? No, you can't say dick on the air. You got to stop saying dick. Dick is wrong to say on the air. Stop mentioning dick.
Penis. Male member. Willie.
Strong. You do know we have a very mature audience, Dr. Trey.
It is a mature.
That's acceptable. Cock is always acceptable, you know?
It is always accepted. It is accepted everywhere. But you bring up a point.
There's a chicken shortage.
How you want your eggs?
Try to fertilize.
But
I
you
know
see
that
what
guy.
I'm saying? So it's all these things that you can't do because of this manhood box, okay, that traditional gender conditioning has put you in. Like, and I said, Ricky, y'all need to get free so you can experience life. You warm your buns up in that car. You deserve to have a warm behind, okay?
Right.
I mean, just because you a dude don't mean you got to have a cold booty.
So
Or ashy feet.
let's just go into it. Let's just discuss some things through the ideology of manhood, and as Dr. If I don't agree with y'all on anything, I do agree with y'all on the stance that patriarchy has created a box for men that we cannot go to the right or to the left of. I agree with that more so than any other thing I've ever agreed with both of y'all. You know, it's true, because I didn't even believe it until I heard it. I was like, you know what? That's a goddamn truth.
Yeah.
It has created. Now, I do think that some rules are put in place, and I discuss this with Mark all the time. I think structure needs to be there, because without a form of structure, you just open the gates for anything to come in and change or whatever. So I do follow the concept of patriarchy a bit, but I also follow that it is a bit needed, because it has created some form of structure as far as what a man is expected to do versus what a woman expects for a man. But what has happened is things have been manipulated in the expectation and overforced because of that ideology.
Yeah.
It's been overpushed. Just like I said, I had a conversation with one of my employees yesterday about the man supposed to pay all the bills. I said, well, where does it say that at? I believe a man is supposed to provide and offer provision, but that doesn't exclusively give ownership to all the bills in the house. I pay the majority of the bills because that's my upbringing. Do I absolutely have to? No. No, I don't think so. Everybody's relationship is individual to whatever they require within their relationship. So it's technically within a relationship. There is no supposed to, because that's your belief. Okay? So where are we at with that?
I mean, no, I agree with you. And of course, we've all been taught certain things. We either watch certain things and we learn certain things and we pick these things up along the way. I mean, the men in my life, all from growing up in youth, they had a lot of things to say about what they believed a man was supposed to be through the lens of what society believed a man was supposed to be. You know, even down to the point of, I mean, let's just keep it funky. Even down to the point of, you can go ahead and get you a side piece, but in the way I heard it best described by an old dude was like, listen, you know your wife at home cooking you a big meal, but you want a little munchie after work.
No.
You go home, you go and you slide through KFC and get you a 2-piece, but don't bring the boxes home and throw them in the trash. She don't need to know you snuck out and got that. You gonna come home and you gonna eat that
horrible
meal.
Analogy.
Yeah, but I mean, what I'm saying is, but my point, my overarching
They had
point,
too many
though,
chickens. It's because of them. It's a chicken shortage.
It's a
Go
chicken
ahead.
shortage. The overarching point is that, you know, we all have these understandings of what manhood is supposed to be. I could tell you, and you know, I'll ask you, Rick. So just something very simple that people say is quote unquote less than manly. You ever gotten a pedicure before?
Yeah.
All right.
It was recently. It ain't been like, because it was on one of those things, nah, I can't do that.
Nah,
like,
right. Okay.
Chris used to ask me all the time, you want to go with me? I'm like, nah, I'm good. I go, but I'll just sit over here and wait for you to get it. Then one day I was like, I'm going to try it.
Right.
Now, when we going to get another one?
Right. And see,
feels
and
good.
but that's one of those things. And that was never a part of any conversation that I heard going on, hey, man, you should go get you a pedicure.
Right.
Why? Because they was going to probably beat you up on that corner.
Yeah.
But it was
Just your
something.
feet all moist looking, old moist foot ass.
I know, right?
Old
right.
moist foot, old soft,
Over there, soft feet.
old soft feet
You
ass.
probably be using emery boards. How do you know
Goddamn
what an emery board is? Oh,
spirit-
nothing. No reason. No, right?
What is it? I don't know. Oh, spirit. What's up, spirit toes?
Right. But see, that's the stigma that has been applied to being a man, and we're seeing that, you know, even though, just like Dollar said, there are some things that, you know, we definitely think need structure. As men, we can't break that little piece for whatever reason. There's certain things that we think just demand structure. For example, we see random people come to the house, and automatically it's my job
To answer the
investigate.
door.
I'm gonna go see who the fuck is that.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm not gonna be like, hey, one of y'all girls, go ahead, get the dough. No.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna do that.
That's me.
I'm gonna see. They usually turn to me and go, hey, who was that? Okay, let me go investigate.
Yeah.
We don't even move.
You don't have to.
They already-
And you don't have to. You don't have to. But because that's something that's ingrained in us. Okay, so they talk about things men are supposed to do. We're not supposed to. It's just something that we do naturally, right?
Right.
So when you turn around and talk about things like self-care, like going to get a manicure, pedicure, I grew up through through the generations. You strike me as someone who's at least 21, sir.
Yeah.
So, but through my generations, I've never heard men say, yeah, man, you need to really go get a pedicure. You need to really go get a manicure. You never really heard to do that. But there have been things that have popped up. You have dancers who have probably gotten pedicures because it helps with what their money makers are, their feet.
Yeah.
So taking care of your feet, foot care is good. But normally, we scrub them mugs, roll between the toes and dry them off. And it's good to go. And clip the toenails when they start cutting into your foot, right?
Yeah.
So that's just what we do. Having been also military, wearing them boots. I mean, boots beat your feet all the way up. If you ever wore boots, it beat your feet all the way up. So, why wouldn't you want to get a pedicure? It took me until in recently 5 years or so, that I finally decided that I was going to sit down and let Miss Swan them work on these feet. I didn't want nobody touching my feet. I just did not want that. I was just somebody who felt like those are my feet, and they look like what they look like, and it's no big deal. Nobody talked about it until you get in the military. You get something called a plantar wart, and the plantar wart is basically a wart that grows at the bottom of your foot, and it instead of being just a wart that will come out this way, it will grow up through your foot, and it's painful to walk on the muds, and I had to have it surgically removed in the military. But it's something that could have been avoided had it been caught early by going to get a pedicure, and they'd be like, okay, let's go ahead and shave that down. Let's see what you got here. Let's go get stuff here. Let's go get you to a podiatrist or something to that effect. But it's something that you don't think about. You just think about, hey, I wash my feet. It's good. So going to get that is not only good for the health of your feet, of course, but believe it or not, it feels pretty good to have somebody service you. And that's why we're talking about doing this show to kind of show the brothers in the world this is a cool thing. Now, one of the things about this salon, this for men only, is, and we definitely try to build it, ladies, we think you should go ahead and do this for your man. Imagine you doing the same thing in reverse that he would do for you. I need to go get a pedicure. Can you drop me off at the nail salon? You go drop off at the nail salon. You go sit out in the car and look at your phone or do whatever you do while she go do that. And when she ready, you go pick her up. This is that in reverse. We turning that on its head, right? So now she's going to drop you off at the salon. There are no ladies allowed in the salon with the exception of the people who are providing the services. Now they're providing both pedicures, manicures, and also barbering services. We can go get them beard shaped up. See, I'm going to show you how I'm going to tie that back to the beard. You go get that beard shaped up because, some ladies like to see it wild and scraggly, and some people like to see it all shaped up. So, on February 11th, we're going to do a live show out at For Men's Only. They're going to open the doors to us here at the Male Review. We're going to get some of the services in there. The wonderful Dr. Trey has definitely donated a couple of services that I can go and get. I haven't decided which ones I'm going to get yet, but I want to definitely go ahead and get that. Now, the highlight, y'all.
Here we go.
The highlight, y'all, is we got a brother in the studio right now who has never had a pedicure.
What?
So
because I'm a goddamn man. You can't have a warm ass
Right.
or a pedicure.
Or a pedicure.
Shit.
You gotta have
Ain't nobody got time to
cold
the
booty.
The feet is the feet. That's what they is.
Put some low old spirit toes in.
How you gonna
Get right there.
one?
You gonna get one?
He's gonna get one.
Yeah, I'm gonna get one.
On the show.
On the
show.
On Saturday.
Yes, I'm gonna get one on the show.
Something. Those of y'all that
It's
know
business. I'm a
him
businessman.
personally
Yeah.
and have been involved in groups, boy, y'all ain't gonna want to miss this because I'm gonna tell you right now. To see his face go,
Yes.
it's gonna be.
I want to see
That's gonna
this.
be must see on
I
TV.
wanna
See
see.
how I did that? Must see
I
on
wanna
TV.
see.
Because
And don't
boy.
be looking all hard. Don't be trying to act like it don't feel good. I know
Oh, my
he gonna be
goodness.
sitting up there trying to
Listen.
look all rough instead of being like, oh.
he's gonna love it.
No,
I'm
just go
telling
ahead
you,
on and be
bro.
free
They
with
better start
it.
massaging
Okay.
up if they want me to.
Bro, it's gonna be great.
Right
They
there.
Then you'll get the massages
Yes, they
and
gonna
talking to
rub
them.
it. Oh my
And
goodness.
the thing that's really cool about For Men Only is it was started by a black woman. So I believe
Yes.
two black women.
Shout out,
owners.
shout out to them for supporting For Men's Only. Follow them on their Instagram at the FMO Grooming
Yes.
at Instagram.
Yep.
So we'll
FMO
be in
group.
there, but got a little surprise of some people that's going to be joining us as well. You know what I'm saying?
Who's coming in and trying to get them services, bro?
The mayor Khalid, the mayor of South Fulton, he reached out, he hit me up, he said, "Hey man, I scheduled 2 appointments as well." So, so once again, at the end of the day, we highly support Black-owned businesses.
Period.
That's been my thing that I've been speaking on for years now, and we need to get to a point where we start, and I'm gonna shout y'all out. Y'all go to all these Asian, you break before you buy. Y'all quick to go to them. I feel sorry for your mother.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's
You know what I'm saying? Like let's put this money in our pockets.
Yes.
So I'm gonna get my fee done because it's for business.
It's for business
I'm a
purposes.
businessman. Goddamn.
Right on.
Neo, I'm
telling
in the
you.
Matrix, baby. Hey, Neo is going out in the Matrix, baby.
Hey, that's
Shit.
what's happening.
Yeah,
I'm
go get my feet in.
gonna do a guerrilla interview with him and see how he's feeling, how he's going through this stuff. So I'm gonna be interviewing.
Yeah, stick a mic in his face.
Yeah,
right
I'ma
when
be
she
talking
start
to him.
rubbing on the bottom of them feet.
My goodness, we gonna make sure it's cool. We gonna make sure it's cool. So
And
yeah,
a camera.
And absolutely
Mic
a
and a
camera.
camera.
We're gonna have a camera on.
I
this.
mean,
So this gonna be live.
This is gonna be live. We get this
Yep.
live
Next week.
at the For Men Only. That is
Mm-hmm.
correct, and
And
that's
you
that's
said-
located in Sandy Springs, right there off Roswell Road, brother.
Do you have to
Absolutely.
make an appointment? Cause
Yes,
you
you
said
have
something
to
about
make an
appointment.
now this the thing. If you go in and you give them the code word hashtag the leg, they will give you a discount. Don't know what the discount is because that hasn't been negotiated.
Right.
But
But
we
they
are
give you a
working out
discount.
a reasonable discount for those who come in support of that business and support of the Mail Review, the leg, the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen.
That's us.
The leg is the hashtag, so they'll offer you a discount.
Yeah, man.
This is something that we're hoping that will be a great business opportunity on both ends, and I appreciate anybody that has a service that once again we're talking about men's health care, men's mental health. That has become to me the ultimate focus of the Mail Review. I know we kind of like bounced around from topic to topic throughout the years because we discuss things from a male's perspective, but when we talk about men, my primary concern is where are we at right here to be patriarchal or not, the men that we're expected to be.
Yeah.
So that's kind of
Or
like
the
a
man
focus
that
of
you
mine.
want to be.
Or
Yeah.
a man that you want. Well,
I mean,
yeah, true. I agree with that
man
as well.
that you want to be.
Yeah. So the man that you want, you have to be in a certain space. You have to be in a certain space financially. You have to be in a certain space mentally. You have to be in a certain space spiritually. No matter what you believe in, you have to be here to confidently say, "Hey, this is me."
Yeah.
So, shout out to FMO.
Yep. Absolutely.
You know what, Dylan, too? If I could just add one
ahead.
thing, what you were just saying about mental health. There's research on this. This is not me talking. This is not my opinion. There's documented research evidence. There's a link between mind health and body health.
Yeah.
Mind health and body health. So the things that you do for your body can also help your mental health. Just like the things you do for your mental health can also help your body. So I think that is, if we make people realize that the ways in which we care for our bodies can also help with mental health, just, stress relief, all kinds of other things. You can, and reducing illnesses, lifestyle, especially illnesses that are, brought on by lifestyle choices. We can, mitigate some of this mental health stuff by just paying more attention to our physical presence, So I think it's a good idea to, if you haven't, men out there listening, if you haven't ever had, it could be as simple as a facial. They do facials that
I believe they do
FMO too,
facials there, too.
I left it alone. I left it all the way
Skincare.
alone.
It's a skincare
I heard-
Up the
treatment.
face.
Yeah,
Sir.
I heard it is. That's
Okay.
exactly what she
Oh my
told me.
God.
It is. That's exactly what I was told.
Hey.
I know it is.
You ain't been
Rub
there.
it,
Oh
rub
my
rub
God.
it in.
I was on my head, then it hit you in the face.
It hit me.
Oh,
Hey, we got. Hey,
You
listen.
came to the Mail Review.
what am I gonna
Right
try?
now,
What am I
man.
gonna try?
But no, she's right.
If
She's
you're,
right,
if you're
bro.
funny about your feet, I know a few men who funny about their feet.
Yeah.
They don't want people to let them do the skincare treatment.
Yeah, man.
It is amazing. It feels so good to have your skin cared for in that way. So anyway, I
Absolutely,
strongly
yeah.
urge it. Remember, there's a connection.
So there is an article that I have up by Maxim. 10 essential self-care tips for men. From improving your sleep to trying medication, these self-care commandments will help you stay healthy and sane. You got the guy, he has the beard. He's washing his face.
Yes.
He's lotioning himself up.
Absolutely.
These are self-care options and actions that we should take on as men. Men are notorious for not taking care of themselves. Why? I'm not sure. It could be the suck it up attitude so many of us are raised with. Markel, we talk about that often as soldiers. We have a phrase that was suck it up and drive on. That's what they told us.
Yep.
It could also be because we men are impatient creatures and take time away from stuff we'd rather be doing seems like a waste. But the time has come for men to get up with the program, a wellness program. Yes. Self-care has never been more important than it is right now. We all need ways to manage stress, reduce anxiety on our own in a healthy way. But self-care doesn't have to mean taking a long bath with rose petals in it, like so many
Not
of
that
us
there's
think
anything wrong with
it
that.
does.
Just saying.
I think
But
there's
it
something
can.
absolutely wrong. I think something absolutely wrong with that. Shit, I don't care.
Have some salts.
Dandelions.
Fucking at that point, I need to be asking Trina. Girl, let me get your purse while I'm at it.
Oh no.
Here he go. Here he go.
I don't care. Look here, y'all waiting on me. So, going past that part, upgrade your sleep hygiene. Getting enough sleep is a no-brainer when it comes to wellness, but what you do to improve yourself to go to sleep has a big impact on how much you get. Turn off screens 2 hours before bed, lowering the temperature in your room, upgrading your sheets of cotton or linen, and using a noise machine can all help you sleep deeper and feel better when you wake up. What if you snore?
That's why you got to turn the machine way up so you don't hear it. You ever snore and woke yourself up? It happens. You looking around like somebody did something. Who that?
Who the fuck did that?
Who did that?
Who in there?
Y'all stupid. Okay, so put on moisturizer. That's something that I rarely do, to be honest with you.
Really?
Me
Even
too.
You out here dry,
like
son?
I mean, you'll be all right, nigga. You know what I look like.
Dry?
You know what I look like.
Man, that itch, bro.
Do you know what I look like?
Yeah, I know what you look
Okay,
like.
so
Dry,
yeah.
apparently.
You didn't know until now.
Powder.
You didn't know until now.
I did not know until now.
Okay,
you,
so
you have a
obviously,
natural glow, sir.
obviously, it don't mean shit if you didn't know until
Phoenix,
now.
Phoenix, call in.
But you
Phoenix, call
come
in.
from the only thing we can't see your head, so we don't know what
I
the
don't
rest
need-
of
I
you
don't
look
need you-
like.
okay, you don't need to see what the rest of this looks like.
You say
That's
that man look like Foghorn Leghorn
You know
under
what I'm saying?
that.
Hey,
I say.
look here. At the end of the day, somebody said yes.
Okay. That is correct.
Quite a few people said yes, but that's another yes.
Yes to what? Never mind.
Even if you have no skincare routine to speak of, doing something to your face not only helps it look its best, but also just feels damn good. The easiest thing to do for beginners is get a facial moisturizer. Look for oil-free if you have oily skin, and apply it after you wash your face mornings and nights. Get up and move, lazy motherfuckers. It don't say that part, but that's what I'm saying. Most of us know that exercise releases endorphins.
Endorphins, yes, that's
Endorphins?
right.
What is an endorphin, doctor?
Neurotransmitter
Okay.
that makes you feel good.
The feel
It's
goods.
a feel good neurotransmitter.
Okay. Well,
I thought
yeah.
it was the mighty
Brain
endorphin Power
chemicals.
Rangers. But we're not gonna I thought that was a
Yes,
Power
it
Ranger.
does. And it helps with anxiety.
Okay, it says that it helps elevate
And it
our
helps you sleep
mood.
better as well. I don't know if that's in the article.
But it doesn't mean you have to hit the gym for hours.
Nope.
If you spend most of your day bent over a computer,
Like me.
I'm gonna leave that alone.
Yeah.
Typing
Yeah,
all day,
my
typing,
mind
sir.
was- my mind went where you
Typing,
went.
sir. Typing.
Yeah, endorphins. Light a candle. Oh, they hated on Kevin Samuels for lighting this candle. Let me go up. There we go. There's a subject. Right?
Uh-oh.
Here we go. We got a topic. Let me put the camera back on me.
Why'd they hate on him about lighting the candle?
No. Wasn't he called gay because he did things of that nature? He came on and this is the lotion of the day. And this is my candle. Oh, it smells so good. Oh, you motherfuckers hate my candles, goddammit, don't you? And wasn't they calling this man gay because things of that? Were they not calling him gay
Yeah, no,
because
they-
of
they
things
did.
of that
They
nature? And no, this is what I'm saying.
But that's the
Ridiculous.
thing.
He would-
That's ridiculous.
He would get on his show and he would say, "This is the lotion of the day," before he starts his stream, or "This is my candle of the day," or "This is my cologne of the day." And look at his old candle ass nigga. You know what I'm saying? He would get called gay because of those things.
That's ridiculous.
And that's what I'm saying. So that's where men have a lane where they stay away from, such as pedicures or this and that or that.
Because we worry about how we're perceived. Right?
Yeah,
it's
like
a perception thing. You know, who you know, even now, like, okay, so I'm gonna tell you now. Okay, this is gonna be a bit much for Dollar, so we're gonna Dollar. I'm gonna just cover your ears for half a second, sir. Just cover your ears for half a second. So, one of my homeboys.
She said, "Ask me to lift up my pants." Look at
He got himself a set of waist beads. Okay, one of my homeboys. This man is CIS hetero. He is a straight male, and he has a set of waist beads. And some brothers were tearing him down about this. That's feminine. That's wrong. This is this. And why would you do that? And that's feminine. It's female. Well, if that's what made him feel good, and that's what he wanted to wear, I don't see how that would put his masculinity in question. But a lot of people saw how that would throw his masculinity in question. A lot of people were, even ladies that may have liked him, may have been turned off by that he was wearing a set of waist beads. But if that's what he wanted to do, I don't see why it's a problem. I think people should be able to do what they want to do if it makes them feel well. But again, that's an extreme circumstance coming away from, we're talking about pedicures and manicures. But what I'm saying is, why is it that we don't respect the individuality of someone? We have to stick it in this category of what is this particular person, this is what they fit in the world, and this is what this particular person fits in the world, and so on and so forth. It's like you frown on individuality, yet you applaud it in other areas.
When it's somebody not a man.
You know, what makes him less than
Because if I'm an asshole, I'm wrong.
right.
But when a chick just is braggadocious about who she is, yeah, she bold, she a bad chick, yeah, she a baddie, you know what I'm saying? She a boss chick.
I don't know. In my world, sometimes that can be looked down upon.
Outside of Uranus, I'm talking about other worlds. Okay. What I'm saying is
work environments.
Okay, true. What I'm saying is when I feel like women have a big platform to be who they are.
Yeah.
Unbiasedly. And if you don't care, you're still applauded for not caring.
Right.
Which is cool. But whenever I say, hey, I don't care. Oh, he's a narcissist. He's chauvinistic. He's misogynistic. Well, how can a woman say fuck you and I can't say fuck you?
Who you saying fuck you?
Everybody.
He is an equal opportunity fuck you.
Hey, I'm honestly a feminist. I can say fuck everybody. I cannot give a damn about Trey Markle, and I cannot give a damn about Markel because I don't care about nobody. Now, with that said, I actually love everybody. I'm just saying. And I see Miss Christmas over here. So no. You got it, sister. You got it, sister. Let's get it. She said, this he one of them.
I have nothing.
You got it. She's like, you got it.
No, this is an open platform. This is an open platform.
How do you feel about the men of today's society seeking to do healthcare, or not healthcare, but men's mental health? How do you feel about them doing self-care? What does it make you feel like?
I totally support it.
You absolutely do.
I feel like I don't really go into this whole gender roles thing.
Okay, gotcha.
I've never been there. My mindset has always been a little different when it comes and how me and my husband do our household. People look at that strange because it's different because we don't do those roles, those gender roles.
Okay, it's just
besides if someone knock on the door, yeah, true. Because he kind of like he took that role. He wanted that role.
Yeah.
It's not that I told, you the man in the house, you go do this. No, I lock up the house and all of that. My husband, he work on the road now. I have to do a lot of those things that that they say in society that man's supposed to do, but I'm okay and I'm comfortable with that.
Like what I said, everybody's relationship is individual to whatever they decide to do within their household.
Right. Correct. So to me, just the whole society, the whole normalcy of men got to do this, man got to be that, is just bullcrap.
You never ascribe to that.
I even feel like men should get manicures because it's attractive to me to see a man with a nice manicure. Yes. Just nice to me, especially when they're sharing certain dick pics, like what we talked about earlier. You seen them holding in that
And the
nice
hand
little
look rough.
manicure
You be like,
It just look good.
girl,
Right.
look at them cuticles around that
I'm holding your hands, and it's just nice. It ain't cracked up. It's just, So to me, men should be able to do the same thing women like to do, for self-care.
I got you. So you don't look at it as them being soft or less than.
Not at all.
Because shit, I heard we couldn't go to brunch.
If they want to go get
Can't use
it
the
wet
seat
down
warmers.
there, that's fine.
We can't order
Can't
dessert.
Can't order dessert.
Can't
Don't
order ice
order
cream.
salad.
Can't order ice cream.
Can't wash between your cheeks.
Oh boy, that one right there.
What?
That shit
You
blew
ain't heard
my
about that one?
mind. That, I was like, no,
heard about that
we need
one?
to start
Oh,
a
man.
campaign. We need to
Well-
start a campaign.
Well, with that said,
You
I'm
ain't never heard that?
Well,
You heard it,
what
girl.
I'm gonna say is I'm gonna go through all these other stuff that I really don't care about. Unfolded sheet mask. Try meditation, maybe. Yeah. Get a house plant. I ain't no goddamn house plant.
Hey, houseplant's cool,
use
bro.
a scalp rub, scrub. Try CBD.
Hey.
Now
Hey.
take
TAC.
a bath seriously. Baths are cliche self-care moves, but there's truth behind the stereotype. Baths are more than just getting your body clean. They have proven relaxation effective on the body and can also aid in joint muscle recovery, especially if you add apple salt. No need to add rose petals, but you can drop some essential oils for an aromatherapy benefit. I mean, you know what? I actually sit in there and shower and I let my body soak in that thing for I let that shower run for about 20, 25. Just sitting there meditating and getting everything on my mind.
Letting the water run over you.
Yeah, I'll just be like, heat,
Water has
chilling,
healing
relaxing.
properties.
Yes.
They do.
So, so that's that. So, men's self-care, is it a real thing?
It needs to be.
But is it? Because we talk these talks that we should be allowed to be,
It's-
but does it actually come into play?
If only people would be courageous enough to withstand possibly having their manhood questioned and going on out here and do it. That's really how you break the traditional conventional narrative, by just going against the grain. Like my marriage, when I was married, it was like that. My husband and I had we didn't do the 50-50 split thing with the income and the money. We did proportional split. So the person who made the most, what their proportion of income is what came into the it was proportionate to how much they made. It's how much they contributed. When chores were shared, everybody worked. We were a dual career couple. Okay. So all of that traditional crap, it had, and people, they was like, what you mean he be doing laundry? Yes, he does laundry. Like we all do our laundry. Like I taught my boys to do their own laundry when they were like 9. So by breaking down, you break it down by actually going against the grain. That's how you do that. There's no other way to do it, but you have to be brave. Just like your friend who wore the waist beads. Yeah. You have to be brave enough to be getting called gay and whatever else. Not that there's anything wrong being gay. I'm like, that irritates me that's an insult. But anyway, that's a whole other topic. But you have to be brave enough to have your manhood questioned and say, I don't give a fuck what y'all think. I'm doing this because I want to do it, and you can talk about me if you want to. The people who know me and love me know me.
Who I am.
They know who I am, and I know who I am.
Right.
But it takes a very strong and I think a lot of intrapersonal intelligence, that intra work that you have to do, that self work. It takes a whole lot of that to get to that point.
Absolutely. Well, yeah, man. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to take a chop at it. We're going to take a shot at it. We're going to go out there again. Y'all tune in 11 to 1 on February 11th with the mail review as we go and take on FMO for Men Only over in Sandy Springs. And they are looking forward to seeing us. They really looking forward to get down in that chair, though. I promise you.
I'm looking
She
forward
said it
to
on the phone like, we gonna have relations. We gonna have relations. It's his first time.
I'm a foot virgin.
It's his first time. You gonna see a thug relax up in here.
You're
finally.
gonna love it.
He's
You're gonna love it.
It's gonna be a
feels
great
so
show,
good.
y'all.
I mean, I don't deny.
Go get the manicure
on
too.
board.
Go
You on
get the
Get all
manicure
of it.
too. While
Get
you
all
know.
of it.
All right, y'all. So
Get
we
you a
gonna
facial too.
We're gonna see what's
Skincare treatments.
I give those.
He gives. Okay, so anywho,
Anyway.
just saying, y'all. Check us out. Definitely check us out on that Saturday again. That is going to be February 11th from 11 to 1 with the mail review.
For Men's Only Leg Day.
That is correct. Join
11
us
to
for
1.
Men Only Leg Day. Come in, hashtag.
And go to their
men.
website, fmogrooming.com.
Yeah, please please check them out. Check it all over Instagram. You got to see it, man. It's beautiful. So, with that being said, y'all, we got some other things coming up. We do have our first annual leg conference coming up. Darling, you want to go ahead and let them know about that before we slide up out of here today?
Yeah, man. This is something that we have been building for the past year and a half, maybe even 2 years, which is the, we call ourselves the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, LEG for short, and I want to say thank you and a shout out to all the brothers that have been around me within the past year, following everything that we've developed here at the Mail Review and at Yale Radiocast, all as a collective, man. Talking about what we have been discussing even as today. It's very few safe spaces for men outside of a vision or a stereotype of a man. Sometimes we have maybe within our community we know who we are. Outside of the community, they're absentee fathers. Outside of the community, we're thugs. Outside of the community, we're this. Outside of that community, we're that. Which is cool. I don't care. Because what I see with every other culture, every other race, they operate within themselves to protect themselves and support themselves. So I feel like I have an obligation as a man, as I try to make myself a better man, to be around men who are making themselves better men. So the reason for this LEG conference is to highlight men who have their own businesses, who have their own services, to show that we are actually serving the community. We are actually being a benefit within our own culture, within our own growth. We always talk about black-owned businesses. We always talk about creating Black Wall Street. We always talk about this support. But where are we actually doing this? When are we actually, it's going on. I'm just doing my part. So this LEG conference is something that I put together by the people that have been around. And it's not only exclusive to men. It's just a male-supported event, which is the LEG conference, where people bring their businesses. And shout out to Miss Helen, a woman who has backed me in this journey. Shout out to my brother Nemesis of the Soldier 23 Project, which is I am a supporting member of as well. Soldier 23 Project is a program that's been beneficial to men who suffer from PTSD and who are fighting the struggles of PTSD. We have partnered to put this event together just to bring a collective of men together, highlight their businesses, show the part that we're doing for the community. It's mentors involved. It's programs involved. It's construction-based teaching classes, courses of men who have that involved. And that's going on at the end of this month, man. Absolutely. What do you think about it, Mark? What you got?
Man, I can't wait until we get a chance to do that. We're going to sit down and talk to our brother Travis Barber, too. He's going to be there, correct?
Yes.
Brother Travis Barber's going to be there. That's one more question. Y'all know a little bit about Travis. You've seen him interviewed on our show. We've spoken to him several times. Get a chance to meet him up close and talk a little bit about the things that he's doing.
And I'm working on bringing some people in who are in law enforcement.
Okay, gotcha.
That's my ultimate goal, is to bring some law enforcement personnel in.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I really want to get those brothers there, because I'm truly for, as Mark L. said earlier, we are truly for law enforcement. We aren't anti-law.
The anti-bullshit, though.
We anti-bullshit.
Trust
we
me,
are anti-bullshit.
Anti-bullshit.
So that's what we have. It is a free event for anybody willing to come and participate. It is a small registration fee for those who want to bring their businesses to the event, only $20. Just because there's a small overhead for the equipment that we have to use for this event. So if you have a business, go to the website, YaleRadiocast.com, register your business, and if you want to pull up and you want to support these businesses that will be there, just pull up. Everybody is welcome. Everybody is welcome. All right. I want to say thank you to the people that's in the studio today.
Yep. Thank you, Chris.
Love y'all.
Thank you for
Thank you
having
for coming.
us.
Thank you, Dr. Trey, for showing up.
I'm going to have that intro ready.
Oh, boy, it's going to come soon. It's going to come soon. Thank you, Brother Slick Rick, for showing up today. Definitely for being here with us. This is your boy, Mark L., with my wonderful co-host, my boy, Dallin Yale, at the Mail Review. We want to thank y'all for showing up again for us on a fine Saturday and sitting here and listening to us talk shit, swallow spit, and do what we do on the Mail Review. Shout out to all the people that were on the stream, everybody that chimed in, Brother TR, Sister Phoenix, Everybody that said hi, everybody that shouted out to us, remember, go ahead and hit that like button and that subscribe button. Go ahead and share this link out to 5 people, just 5 people. We want to try to get more content going. We want to definitely go ahead and get some buzz going for our show. Don't forget to check us out next week on our special show for men only. And as always, ladies and gentlemen, I want to say thanks. Thanks to everybody. Thanks to everybody who has been a listener. Thanks to everybody who has been on board through all these various ones that we have done as the Male Review and here at Yale Radiocast. Thank you for your support. Shout out to RTB and my boy TR Roberts. Shout out to all the shows and streams that we do. Yeah. And as always, as you can see from all that talking I just did, we always about some business. And that is our motto as always, which is get the business. Come check us out next Saturday. We'll check y'all in. Holla.
This is grown man business. The college swag don't hit a witness. I pull up in a Bentley so quick. I'm dropping them bags, popping them tags.